channel. Today I have a very quick video. In this video I want to talk about Chanel Coco Handle. In this video I want to talk about something that I never mentioned in my channel, and the reason I'm doing this video because Chanel Coco Handle is coming next month, which is 22p. They will come the Chanel Coco Handle, and a lot of you missed it last season, couldn't get this bag, so hopefully next month you guys can get this bag. So before you purchase this bag, at some point you needed to double check. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Very quick to run through the feature of this bag. As many of you know, this bag had the new version just come out 2021. They changed the interior from the fabric to the leather interior. One I have is a burgundy color, caviar leather with a gold hardware. Back has the pocket and the bottom has the feet. When you open this one, it is a full leather interior. It has the zipper pocket and also has the one small compartment. Middle there has a middle slip pocket, and front has a big pocket. Now they changed the microchips right there. It also comes with the removable strap. So now let's talk about the things that I never talk about it. So one thing I did talk about it is the 21A. When they come out, they had a lot of problem. Major problem is the handle. It's not straight. So I got two bags last time. One is the beige, one is the burgundy. Fortunately, my burgundy bag, the handle was very straight, and the beige color was bent backwards. So this thing I did talk about it right after I got both bags. So one of Sabi reached out me, told me that I wasn't even pay attention for that part. So after that, I did return my beige one, but I keep the burgundy one. So that's the issue. You needed to make sure handle is straight. Next thing is you also needed to make sure that the four corner no scuff. Now the reason I talk about it, I also say I never tell you guys, because after a month, 2 months later, when I look at the bag, I see one of the corner already scuffed. Because when I first received this bag, I wasn't even pay attention to the corner, because the one I got is brand new with the original box. Everything is brand new, nobody touched it. I didn't even look at the four corners, but unfortunately one corner was very obviously scuffed. That's the thing you needed to make sure. Even though if your SA give you the brand new, you still needed to double check, because they may got scuffed when they pack the bag, or when they try to ship into the boutique. It could happen, who knows. So this is the thing I didn't pay attention. Besides the corner, besides the handle, so the next thing you need to look at the flap. When you close the bag, you need to make sure this flap is straight, it's not slopey to other side. It should be very even, like straight even. So this is the thing you also need to pay attention. Also, the bottom 4 feet, you need to make sure it is not scratched very bad. I did get the other one that my SA tried to exchange the beige one to me. What happened was I saw these 4 feet, it's already scratched. It is champagne gold, and I actually see it's silver. So you can imagine it was scratched very bad to turn out the silver color. So this one you also needed to make sure, because once you see the 4 feet, it's scratched very bad. You can imagine it may be the display, or maybe this is the one people returned, who knows, right? So those are the external things that you need to pay attention. Talking about the strap. Now one of Sabi sent me the picture of the strap. The strap is not straight like this. It's kind of like twisted for some reason. Now this problem I didn't notice. A lot of Chanel handbag recent years has this issues. I consider this is actually quality issue. They didn't make a strap very straight, or they didn't make the leather tight enough. I don't know what happened with that. It is the one of a quality issue that you need to watch out. Other issue that people also mention is the side is a crease. Now this part I kind of understand. What happened was because it's come to the leather, they do have a difficulty to make this part two side like smooth, very smooth, which I understand. It's not easy to make smooth because it still have the bag as the structure should be. So this is kind of like impossible to be smooth, but as long as not too much, not too exaggerated, like a lot of wears, that's different issue. So you just need to make sure if this is acceptable. If you think this is not acceptable, then you shouldn't take it because it will bother you over the time. So now we finished the external things you need to watch out, and then now the next thing is we are going to look at the interior. So since interior is the full leather line, so the thing is you need obviously to check is if it has a lot of scratch. Because it's a smooth leather, lambskin leather, so the interior is very easy to get a scratch. If it has a lot of scratch, you can imagine it maybe it's a return bag, or people used it and or display, I don't know, or whenever that happened. Because if it's a brand new, it shouldn't be a lot of scratch. Maybe one or two understandable. Maybe as a let people look at the bag, it could be scratched accidentally, which is understandable. I also needed to see the bottom leather. It should be very, very like flat, smooth flat. I don't know how to say it. My English is not good enough. You understand me, because you want to make sure no extra leather like popping up. This is the thing you also need to pay attention. And other than that, it should be the interior shouldn't be a lot of problem. To choose what size needed to choose, I think this is really dependent of your lifestyle. If you like to carry mini tiny bag, you may consider to get the extra mini size. However, I always think this is the best size, which is the small size, now used to be the mini size. I think this is so good. And it fit all your essentials, and when you wear it, it doesn't feel so big. You know, the next size I do feel like a little bit too big, and it's good for the everyday bag. However, this style is really not for everyday. I feel this is more for occasional bag. So that's how I feel for this bag. So I highly recommend it is this size. Only problem is the extra mini not able to fit most of the cell phone. You guys know the bag is getting smaller and smaller, but the cell phone is getting bigger and bigger. For me, if the bag couldn't fit the cell phone, I will now consider to purchase. But everyone's lifestyle is different. A lot of people right now don't even put the phone on their bag. They always hold it. But I still have a young kid, so I do need a free hand for him. So I do need the bag that fit my cell phone. It is so important. So that's you need to also think about it. If your lifestyle you need to free hand, then consider for this size. If you think you will never need to put your phone into the bag, then you can consider as the extra mini. Other than that, I think this is such a classic timeless bag. I highly recommend it. It does need to pay attention in some point, some quality issues, some nature of this bag. So that is the thing you need to keep in mind. So for myself, I highly recommend it. I do love this bag, from the price point to the style to the way of functionality. This is the best bag I can say. The next thing I will share with you what can fit into this bag, and I also will insert some model shots. So that's all about today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye. So now let me very quickly to share with you what's inside of my bag. I put all my essentials in this bag, so as you see, here are the everything. It is in the maximum amount, and I have the iPhone 11, my 4 key holder, and Zoe wallet, and my card holder. Have one lipstick from Hermes, and I also have my mini picture. So inside the mini picture, I do have some essentials, which is a hand sanitizer and some mask. I also have like a hand wiper for my little boy. So these are my essentials. Those are the everything. I will give you a quick screenshot for those things. These are the everything can fit to the Coco handle.